That's what we're going backwards because of the Q&A.
So, Be'ezat Hashem, we're going to start off Chazon Ovadia Chelek Gimel. We're starting with Chelek Gimel, and because it's also very practical laws as far as laws of Muktzeh, and all the reasons for the laws of Muktzeh.
Wow.
The way the sentences are built, I have to give you an introduction, is, if you see over here, questions, I put 12 questions. So this way you can review, then answers. In the answers, the sentence are running. Means to say, originally, the sentence were just paragraph that I did for myself as a review. Because if you learn and you don't review, you don't remember. People ask, Rabbi, how do you remember this? How do you remember that? Answer is, you have to review. You don't review, Atu da Zayjot, Atu da Nivujit. He makes a U-turn, he comes right out.
Dead end.
He comes right out. So you have to make chazarot. No chazarot, no zichronot. You have to remember. So now, why am I telling you this? Because sometimes you're going to have a situation like this. You're going to read this question.
What is the reading?
Let's say a fifth question, right? And suddenly the question is going to continue like it's in the middle of something. Or look at, for example, number 9.
Okay.
And so too wrote the Be'er Moshe. And so too. You understand? You started in question number 9. Is it allowed to play with a fork on Shabbat? Right?
Right.
And then if you just read the number 9 answer, it's going to tell you, and so too wrote the Be'er Moshe, that to prevent falling asleep or to quiet the nerves, it is permissible to play with a fork. So and so too. So it means linked to the previous one. So sometimes you're going to have that, like, not making clear to you what's going on here, so I'm preparing you ahead, giving you this introduction to know that the answers are running sentences.
Right.
It's a paragraph. Then I broke it down to pieces, subjects, and then I said, you know what, why won't I make questions on this? So easier to review like this. So right now I also made a review like this.
You gotta start from 1, answer 1 all the way to.
I mean,
To get the flow.
Right, to get the flow, exactly. You understand?
Got it.
Rabbi, is it the same one on the app that they posted? Is it the same questions?
It's the same, yeah. It's the same. But I mean, this is more upgraded. It's more information because I've been working on it many more hours recently to finish it. It's not finished. This is just up to. This was just because I needed to give you something tonight. I just printed it for tonight. There is much more that I already did. I have to finish it.
Edition number, like version 1, version 2.
Yeah, it's true. You said it.
Otherwise, you're not gonna.
Okay, בשעה טובה ומוצלחת. Let's start. We're going to start Chavod Meir John.
What are the reasons for the Muktzeh enactment?
Make sure.
Question.
יש הכל ברשות מוריי ורבותיי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו.
Amen. So we go to answer.
בכבוד. So we're going to do question, answer. And hopefully towards the end of the shiur we'll make a hazara. Or you want to make it, we'll make hazara at the end of the shiur, the end of the week, Thursday, we're going to have a test of the whole week. How do you think about, what do you think about this?
Every shiur,
Huh?
every shiur will conclude.
Yeah, I'm saying every shiur we're going to go over the questions we did.
Yeah.
And at the end of the shiur, we're going to go over, at the end of the week, we're going to go over the whole week. Thursday is going to be a review day for the whole week. מה אתם אומרים?
Yeah.
Kikiro, what do you say? Very good. Kikiro, we would like to welcome you every night to our shiur. B'lei Ayin Hara. This is a man of his word. Yesterday I told him how important it is to come every night. He said, Rabbi, I'm in. I said, right on the right time. Even though he has kids on the head, wife on the head, B'lei Ayin Hara, still made his best effort to come. So we're going to give him a chizuk to continue to do so every single night.
Rabbi,
Yes.
is this you're reading from the booklet right now? You can do the shiur from based on the booklet.
Booklet, yeah.
Can you take a picture of that sent to the booklet?
Yeah, I sent it.
Only 2 pages.
אני לא יודע, הוא גם קיקר, לא יודע אם הוא איתו. זה אותם אנשים, חביבי, זה תיקונים. אותה גברת בשבילי הדרך. יאללה, let's go. מאיר וחבוד read.
What are the reasons for the Muktzeh enactment?
Oh.
So the answer is, if Shabbat walk should be different from the weekday walk.
If you guys have a different way to rephrase things, I have the file, I can rephrase
What's
it.
the question?
What's the reason for Muktzeh? Chachamim say now to do Muktzeh, נכון? Why? Yeah?
to walk a different way from the weekdays. So how much more so it will be prohibited to move things on Shabbat as on weekdays. So Shabbat would not be equal to weekdays. It's not going to be comparable. Maybe by moving
Have you have the
them
file?
even a little bit, he'll come to perform melacha. So Shabbat will be recognized as a special day, even for those who are inactive from work all week long. The Ra'avad, if it will be allowed to move everything.
Hold on, the first point you understood, how about the second point?
Yeah.
Is this clear?
Yeah, so even the people that are not working, they should have a different feel for the day.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to work in a nursing home in Miami. The guys used to tell me, Rabbi, we are so bored on Shabbat here. So why? I said, Shabbat, you have to rest. I said, Rabbi, we rest all week over here. We have nothing to do. I said, during the week, at least this guy comes, plays on the piano, the other guy is doing something else.
Entertainment.
We are dead bored over here when it comes to Shabbat. So says, when I had to go through this galut over there to understand what the poskim say over here, that those people, there is no difference for them, Sunday or Shabbat. It's the same exact day for them, same exact schedule, if you would allow the same things to go through. So how would Shabbat be recognizable by them? They don't work. All week long, they are in the house. Maybe like this also fine. Yeah. Continue.
Ra'avad says if it will be allowed to move everything, one might be carrying out to the public domain, which is Bereshut Arabim. It's going to be the Oraita, he's going to perform a malacha, which is not allowed on Shabbat. The second, a kli shemelachto leheter.
So now question, man.
Yeah.
Second missed the question.
Oh, the question.
Hold on. So who wants to review again the four points? Why can't you do Muktzeh on Shabbat? Bechor John? Why Muktzeh mumkinet? Чуване. Карандаш, я хочу Шаббат двигать. Можно или нет? Нет. Почему нет? What's the problem?
Вы же не пишете в шаббат.
Ну и что? Я не хочу писать, я хочу двигать его.
Если он стоит на тебле, где вы кушаете, он вам мешает, вы можете...
Да, почему надо, когда мне мешает? What's the problem? Why I need a certain reason to allow? So, first reason, may you tell him?
Чтобы разделить между будним днем и святым днем к
So,
шаббату.
Chachamim said if you're going to allow everybody everything, it's going to be a problem. Why? Because there is no recognition. Как ты в шаббат одеваешься, так в шаббат ты в Йом Хол одеваешься. Как ты в шаббат двигаешься, так в Йом Хол двигаешься. То же самое, what's the difference than Shabbat and Yom Chol? There's no specialty to Shabbat. And the Torah says Shabbat is holy. Mekadesh HaShabbat. What is Kadosh? Special.
Separated.
So if it is special, he has to show that it's special. That's a Chachamim restricted on Shabbat. Don't move everything like you would move on a regular days. That's the first reason. Second reason?
Maybe he's going to do a melacha, full-fledged melacha on Shabbat. The third reason is that one might do take it to the public domain, which is another melacha he's going to do, right?
Right.
On Shabbat. So to make a separated special day from the people that don't work all week long, so they're going to
Hold on. Tell him. He's your client right now. You have to sell him.
So where were we at?
The third reason. Second reason, поняли или какой? If you're gonna move the pencil on Shabbat, его номер мне нужен был. Какой номер? 917, и Shabbat. So what Chachamim said? Don't mess with this. Начнешь, потом нечаянно продолжишь. Made in China потом будешь. Number 3.
So that это будет специальный день, как бы разделить его, специально сделать днем.
Similar to number 1.
Да.
Okay, number 4.
Чтобы человек он не понес на публичное место.
Oh, so not to go to the public domain.
Carry, как говорят?
Public domain на улице. Если эрув нету.
Не нес, да. Таскать.
If you would have, right now, I have here my highlighter, נכון? I have here my pencil, נכון? On Shabbat, if there is no eruv outside, and I will be allowed to have everything like I have on Yom Chol, I have on Shabbat also. On Yom Chol, you have no problem take it outside because you don't need eruv. On Shabbat, you need eruv. If there's no eruv, you're going to chas v'shalom, carry from private domain to public domain. This is the first Mishnah in Masechet Shabbat that talks about that you're not allowed to do this. Первая Mishnah вот это. Нельзя в Шаббат таскать. So Chachamim said, don't allow people everything. When people remember, oh, listen, I have to take it out of my pocket. Why? Shabbat is coming in, and therefore there is no eruv. So then I have to also think about my keys. It's already a reason to start thinking about what am I allowed to do, what I'm not allowed. Уже причина есть.
Ключ нельзя тоже носить.
Если эрува нету, нельзя.
Как с дома уйти?
Если нету, надо себе код поставить. Yeah, I used to be in Forest Hills before they made the eruv. In Forest Hills now, it's the best eruv in the world. In Forest Hills, you believe that?
You said it here.
In Forest, I didn't say here.
Oh, in Forest Hills.
Yeah, when you saw me in Forest Hills, I said here.
That's a good. No, there.
In Forest Hills now, it's the best eruv in the world. Unbelievable. They made real walls. Real walls. Before that, they didn't have the real walls. I wanted to be mahmir. Amir joke. I wanted to be mahmir. So I said, if I'm mahmir, I have to be mahmir all the way. I bought myself a lock box. I put it next to the building when I used to live with a code. One day I come, I see a black guy start trying to break it. I said, wow. У меня дома жена, дети, что это? I said that he didn't make it. By the time I came, he ran away. Как кошка. But
Что вы сделали?
so that was the last time I kept that lock there.
А что вы закрывали?
Дверь, ключ, чтобы не таскать с собой. I put it on the fence. You know that they have that lock with the code.
Lockbox.
I said.
Lockbox.
Key box.
Да, ключ, ну туда было. And I saw this black guy messing up with the numbers, trying to figure this out. I said, that's it last time. That I did it, and that's it. Afterwards, I was not mahmir anymore. I said already, atarat netarim. Afterwards, Baruch Hashem, the communities got together over there in Forest Hills, and they put money to make real eruv according to Sephardic opinion. It's unheard of in America. It's the only place, believe that has that. Here we don't have that. Here we're still working on the mikveh, Be'ezrat Hashem. Our building is going to have mikveh. First one, Jamaica State, Holliswood, Hollis Hills. Adin mikveh shonetu. Fresh Meadows.
Don't they have in Florida?
No
mikveh. Billionaires living around, no mikveh.
Fresh meals,
אין mikveh פה. Man, אני אומר.
Question.
Да.
3-4 человека вышли из синагоги, один взял с собой книгу.
Ну,
Он может нести, а рук нету?
нельзя.
Можно. Знаете как?
Да?
Если эту книгу передавать друг другу, чтобы она не была.
No. It's not можно. Слово можно, это неправильное слово. Это, чтобы облегчить закон. А Торы на Раббанан попадешь. Но все равно грех есть. You understood the difference или нет? It's asur to do this.
What he said? What
To
example?
pass it over to one another.
Less than 6.
Right. If I'll give it to you, you give it to Amir. Amir is going to give it to Aaron like this. He's going to move.
This is Surat Rabbanan.
Tasum de Rabbanan. Okay, continuing. So now the fourth reason is, if you're going to allow people to carry from one place in the house to another place in the house, what is it going to come to do? By mistake. Amishmuki kurabai, amishmuki, outside munkinet, Jonah. Inside was munki. Chachamim say even inside munkinet, so don't touch this. So you're not going to come to make a mistake to take it outside. To the public domain. That's the main reason the poskim is going to say now. Okay, number 2.
Если гости к вам домой пришли, у вас стулья не хватает, столы не хватает, у соседа можно пойти взять или нет?
If there is no eruv, нельзя. Нет.
На полу сидят.
Нельзя. Надо через Гоя попросить. Через Гоя. Да, через Гоя. Continue, number 2. אתה קורא? רבי מאיר. Amir, read.
Is it permissible
directly
to,
or indirectly?
Direct, you can tell the Goy.
is it permissible to move a keli shemelachto leheter, a tool that's
יש לי בעברית אם אתה רוצה.
designated for an allowed task, if not necessary at all? And what is the proof? A keli shemelachto leheter, a tool that's
Hold on. That's the question.
I did.
You should know, Rabotai, when you ask the question reading, nobody pays attention to nothing. After you read, even at home.
Say that.
I told you all the time. Last week I had guests in the house. My daughter wanted to say something. She said, Abba, I didn't have enough time to prepare well. I said, what do you want to? I'll read. I said, no, go to the room over there. You prepare, you come. Don't read off the book. Same thing you guys. On Friday night, don't say Divrei Torah. Rabbi что сказал? Я спал. А что скажи что-то? Одну книгу берет. Here. As soon as he does that, everybody falls asleep. As soon as he opens the book, everybody falls asleep. Why? It's boring. You have to be always talking outside the book, not inside the book. It's very boring to the people, to the listeners. So after you read, pick up your mind and share it with the guys. Okay? So tell us the question.
So can you move on Shabbat something that
Allowed to move.
is allowed to move?
Right.
For no reason. Can
no
you
reason.
move it for no reason?
For no reason at all.
או something לרעתו, כי אני מאוד כלי שמלאכתו להיתר.
So now, you should know, you'll be shocked by this halacha. Not everything is allowed to be moved on Shabbat. Even chair, вот просто так хочу chair, вот так делать, вот так. Shabbat. Can I do that or no? Вот так. Can I do this or no?
In your house?
In your own house. Вот сижу вот так, вот.
Just doing it like
Right, I'm moving the chair right now.
On hard floor or on grass?
Whatever floor.
Yeah, sometimes you have to concentrate. So
Here, the cup,
there is
like
a
this.
reason.
Right.
There's got to be a reason you do it.
Says halacha number 2. בכבוד.
a kli shel melachto leheter, a tool that's designated for allowed task, may be moved on Shabbat even from sun to shade. So let's say it's outside, you left it, so you're allowed to bring it inside. But if it's not necessary at all, you have no purpose for this, then you cannot move it on Shabbat.
Here, let's say right now there's a leak over here. It's going to ruin the chair. Да, сюда на этот chair потом станет. Can I move it on Shabbat? Away from this?
Yes.
There's
Huh?
a reason, yeah.
I have a reason. But listen, I'm moving it for the sake of the item, not for my benefit. I'm not benefiting when it's going to go to the side. I'm doing it for the item not to be
It's
damaged.
monetary loss.
Huh?
It's monetary loss.
So can you move things because of monetary loss?
Yeah, if it's allowed, why not?
Oh.
אם זה כלי שמלאכתו
So kli shemelachtol leter. I'll be allowed. It's kli. It's a vessel. It's an object. What do you do with this object? You sit on it. Can you sit on Shabbat or no? Yeah. What's the problem to sit? So it's a object that meant for kosher task. An object that meant for kosher task allowed to be moved on Shabbat if you have a reason. But if I'm just gonna go like that, what's my reason? Asur to do this on Shabbat. You believe this? Potet Moshe Chilul Shabbat boy.
you're not moving it.
Why? Because you have no reason. But what if a person says,
Nervous.
right now it's gonna be number 3. Let's see.
He's relaxed.
Yeah.
Is it permissible to move a kli shemelachto leheter, a tool that's designated for allowed task from sun to shade?
Read.
Everybody
The
understood?
answer?
Okay, no, that's the question.
That's the question. Number 3 answer.
The answer is the Shevet, what?
Shabbat.
Shabbat,
What's the difference?
Kuf Chaf Gimel, states that a kli shemelachto leheter, a tool that's designated
Number
for...
2, hold on. He asked the question. What's the
Yeah.
number? Question number 2 and question number 3.
So he says the
Question number 2.
For no reason.
No, I have no reason. Question number 3. I have a reason to save it. Is to save the object. Count as a reason?
Yeah,
Maybe move to Shabbat even.
it is. A reason.
But number 2 already said
Huh?
it. So
It's a
am I not
reason.
understanding
זה
right?
אומר בנומבר 2 זה גם מהחמה לצאת, זה יותר כאילו מאותו...
So here's elaborating more.
Continue.
Yeah.
A tool that's designated for an allowed task is permissible to be moved from sun to shade, but if not necessary at all, it's prohibited. So too the Ravad states that reeds may not be moved because their decay is very little and doesn't count as a need. It sounds from this.
לא רבא, מאיר, רבא.
Rava. Rava states that reeds may not be moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of their decay is very little and it doesn't count as a need. It sounds from this that if it's get ruined,
Sorry.
it'll be allowed to
What?
move them
Decay is
inside.
very little.
What you said?
What does that mean?
What
Very
does that one
slow,
mean?
Maybe. The decay is very little.
קנים טעמה משום מה, yeah, it decays.
What it is.
No, it decays. משום הפושה. Rava says, listen, can you move at a reeds at a דרבשקי taki? Can you move them on Shabbat
Bamboo.
away? It's like a bamboo type of thing. Can you move them on Shabbat away from the sun, the rain?
They're gonna get ruined if not, right?
Says Rava, in the Gemara.
Rav.
Says Rava, kanim ta'amamai. Why are you allowed to move them? Mishum apushe, because they're going to get ruined. Behai purta lo me'apish ve'en tzor betutulam. It says, but what if the reeds are outside in your backyard? You have a fence. Yaakov will build you a nice fence. It's private domain. Your house is a private domain. You don't have any public domain in between. You want to bring in the reeds from outside to inside. You say, "Bechor, shkol kasodeh Shabbat, מה אתה עושה?" Rabbi, it's gonna get ruined. Why? At nighttime, it's gonna be dew towards the morning. That little bit more liquid is going to make it a little bit bad. What is the reeds? Listen, it's gonna become garbage. Complete garbage? No, it's not complete garbage, but it's going to ruin it a little bit.
Warm.
Can that little bit, says Rava, be a sufficient reason to move it indoors?
Isn't it Muktzeh? Really?
No, it's
I was
kli
just
shemachno
saying,
leiter,
it's
no?
solid.
It's kli shemachno leiter.
It's for purposes you can
What's the purpose?
Says, let's say you have, let's see, I said sushi sticks.
Uh-huh.
You have a bunch of them over there.
Yeah,
you,
it's different. It's
you,
just a
you,
piece
own,
of
you
wood.
own a sushi place. You have a bunch of them over there. It's kli shemachno leiter. People eat with this.
Yeah. But if it's
If I leave it over there, Rabbi, it's not going to rain. I don't see rain coming up, but the dew in the morning, let's say, it's going to ruin it a little bit.
Right, to make it moldy.
A little bit. Is that enough of a reason that allows me to put it in a different place?
Depends too.
It's a loud subject, no?
Huh?
It's a loud object.
Nah.
It's a loud object.
Rava said, assume it's
Says
not- it's not
Rava, that's not enough of a reason.
Comes out with a piece of
ולכן אסור לטלטלם. That's why it's not allowed, says
Because you
Rava
have
too.
safek, because you have safek.
No
maybe.
safek, no, for sure it's going to get ruined, but a little bit ruined.
The damage gonna be is too little in order to allow you to Rabbanan, move.
זה רבנן. ויש את הרסגרו שיש את הרבנן.
Talking about where there's a-
והרב המגיד כתב שכך דעת הרמב"ם והייתי כה בבית יוסף. And the בית יוסף brought this opinion of the Rav Magid and the Rambam. That he passing like this Rava. That Rava told us in the Gemara that a person is not allowed, Avrom, to move those reeds because of a little bit gets ruined. It's not enough of a reason. It needs to get disaster. It has to be destroyed. Then you're allowed to move it. But if it will not get destroyed, it just get a little bit. That's not enough of a reason.
But could be safek rain.
Safek rain we're going to talk about.
Well, how about if you're not sure, Rebbe, in this case?
Now, let's see number 4. My boys are asking the same questions in different words. Safek, what about if you're not sure? Sheyesh mach number 4, let's see. Bechor Aka. Aka Bechor. Is it?
When there is
Adonai Sefatai Tiftach. Yagit Eilatech. Look inside the Siddur.
when there is generally a disagreement in the Rambam's opinion, whose opinion is more important?
Rava Magid.
Do you know Rambam? How many commentaries he has? Do you know? Over 300 commentaries. Yak Ta'odam. Over 300 commentaries. Who is the main commentary we follow? This commentary says Rambam meant like this. This commentary tells you Rambam meant like that. What are you talking about? Because over there he wrote like this, and over there he said like that. Which one is the... That's it. That's the one we're going to go with.
Rambam.
The legit one.
Rambam.
Not let's all legit is the wrong word. But the main one.
Rava Magid.
Says Rav Ovadia, we're always going to follow Rabbi Magid's explanation and the Rambam's opinion. And I told you Rabbi Magid who he was, Meir? Who was Rabbi Magid? Rabbi Vidal di Tolosa. He used to live in France called Toulouse there until today. a city there called Toulouse. Di Toulouse. Di Toulouse means from the city of Toulouse. Like Milubavitch, right? Milubavitch is a place called in Eta.
This is Yosef Galibov questions.
Huh?
Yosef Galibov questions.
Yeah. Now, his name was Rabbi Vidal di Tolosa.
Vidal или Vital?
Vidal.
Vidal.
He came back as a Gilgul of Rab Chaim Vital. Harizal told him, do you know, in the previous Gilgul, to Rab Chaim Vital he tells him, you know, in the previous Gilgul, you were the main commentary on the Rambam. Rabbi Vidal di Tolosa. He said, but because Rabbi Vidal, he was 750 years ago. Rambam was 800 years ago.
How did
Rabbi Arizal is 500 years ago.
how did Arizal
He
say?
tells to his student, Rab Chaim Vital, he says, you were previous life. Previous life means skoka. 250 лет тому назад. Look, when a person makes a mistake, don't think Bog me просит все. 250 years ago, you still had to correct something. Why? He didn't keep Shabbat? He kept the whole Halachot Shabbat. He was the main commentary on the Rambam. He says, one day, your woman came to you, he says, and he asked you a question in Halachot Nida, and you were too quick to answer. And you gave her the wrong answer.
That's what Arizal said?
Yeah. It says,
How
she
does he
went
know
home. It's Arizal, Habibi. He knows everything about everything. He says she went home, and that night she made Avera Karet with her husband. Because you did not understand the question. Sometimes the rabbi is embarrassed to ask, do you mean like this or do you mean like that? Because the question could be changed. Some of the people don't know how to ask the question. One time, they said about Rabbi Ben Zion Abba Shaul, the Chavrut of Rabbi Ovadia Yosef. They said when people used to come to him, he used to talk to them about 20 minutes if they have a question. It says 18 to 19 minutes of that, Meir, was to figure out what they ask. Because they themselves don't understand what they're asking.
Rabbi Yitzchak Yosef spoke about it. He said people, when he goes leave the shul and people jump on him, he say don't do that because I cannot answer you right away.
Yeah. It said 19, 18 minutes he had to figure out what was the question they referred to. It says the answer was in 1 minute. The Rabbi Ben Zion Abba Shaul Gaon. But many times it says when you ask the rabbi a question, don't be upset. Rabbi,
Investigation.
during the day, sometimes you don't understand yourself what you're asking. You ask like this, or do you mean like that? So it says, Rab Chaim Vital tells, Rab Rizal tells Rab Chaim Vital, you were too quick to answer. You made such a mistake, she goes home, she thinks it's allowed, and she made a terrible avera with her husband. He said, Gilgul. It says, because of that, karet is death in a young age. He says, that's why your parents put your name opposite of death. What's the opposite of death? Hayim. And last Gilgul you wore Vidal, Vetet Gilgulti, Vital. And Vital means life. Viva, it's in French.
And Vidal is not
It's life. Language, whatever it is.
Oh, Vidal.
So
Vidal, it's pronunciation.
So Vidal is good?
Huh?
We can name our children Vidal?
Vidal, okay. If you want, it's Chaim. Name Chaim.
But it's a French name, no?
Yeah, yeah. So it's a Latin. The language is a Latin language. So that's why, Rabotai, you understand. This was a mistake by mistake. What if a person dates a girl? Hashem Yerachem, Bakol Mikol Kol, does with her things, touches her, kisses her, Hashem Yerachem. What is he going to answer on this? Such a holy rabbi had to come up 250 years. He had to come back in Gilgul to make up this mistake.
Отчего не помогает?
Достаточно не сделан.
А тикун?
Не сделал достаточно тикун,
Он
достаточно не
не
сделал.
знал, что ему не
Right, that's another problem. Didn't even know.
He didn't know that
Yeah.
he said wrong.
О чем мы скажем?
May I understand what it is? Coming like Shacharit or not coming Shacharit? Coming not to come to Shiur every night. You understand the severity of what you're doing to your life?
No, we don't understand. That's why we don't.
This is obligation. Obligation. What's bigger obligation? To come every night to Shiur Meir or to wear tefillin every day? What's bigger obligation?
Torah, כנגד כולם.
Shabbat.
What's bigger obligation? To come every night to Shiur
Come every night.
or to wear tefillin every day?
Or to what?
Or to wear tefillin? What's bigger obligation?
Tefillin is
They get
inside the
Torah.
Torah. Tefillin is inside the Torah. So
If you don't learn Torah, how are you gonna put?
If you're not going to wear tefillin one day, it means you have shapiri virnyotza. What if a person has 5 minutes before Tzata Kochavim and he has to go to a yeshiva, he has to go to a party, he has to go somewhere? What is he going to say? I'm going to miss out on the tefillin because I have to go to yeshiva? No. How did you miss out on the Talmud Torah? That's how important it is, Rabotai, to make all calculations possible, not to miss. Look at this tzaddik, Mulo David. Be'ezrat Hashem, tomorrow night he's going to have Brit Yitzchak for his son. Tuesday is a Brit Milah. Huh? He said, Rabbi, I need you to do the Brit Milah at Brit Yitzchak.
Maybe you should принесешь.
I said, maybe you should bring everybody to my house.
Молодец.
I said, listen, over here, everybody come.
Yeah.
If one person is going to miss it, it's going to be Bitul Torah, Tzibet Arada. What do we do? I said, bring a baby here.
קידוש הבית כנסת.
I said, last time we did it with Igor. What did Igor Fatah? Last time we did with him, I told him the same thing. Instead of bringing everybody to your home, make your wife clean, pay, set up, all this, bring it to the Knesset. The baby is going to be here, woman is going to sit over there. Come on. Like this. Look, I could have said, yeah, я приду. $200 Karman. Я пришел. The guys are over there. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Here I'm working harder. Not to miss the guy's time Torah. I said, David, we're going to make it here. He said, Rabbi, is that the best? Of course, I want the best for the baby. Like this, Rabotai, you have to make all the time cheshbonot. How can I make sure to arrange my schedule never to miss the night session?
it's so interesting how he connects it, the two classes now.
Huh? He also spoke about this? Yeah? Wow. Okay, continuing. So now, Rab Chaim Vital Ditoloza, Rabbi Magid, says Rav Ovadia, he is the main commentary on the Rambam. When he said Rambam meant like this, that's how we're going to go.
When you had doubt, disagreement in what Rambam
Right. קיים עליין שיש מחלוק דעת הרמב"ם, סברת הרב המגיד עיקר, וכך פסוק שולחן ערוך, עם סימן ש"ח, סעיף ד', כלי שמלאכתו להיתר, מותר לטלטלו, אפילו אינו אלא לצורך הכלי, שלא יישבר או ייגנב. A person is allowed to move the כלי שמלאכתו להיתר, something that is meant for permitted reason, like a chair, but he has to have a reason. but שלא לצורך כלל, if he has no reason at all, אסור לטלטלו. Not allowed to move a chair on the house, a cup, fork, whatever it is. You have a reason? No. Not allowed to move it that on Shabbat. However, כתבי הקודש, holy scriptures, and food אוכלים מותר לטלטלם אפילו שלא לצורך כלל. You're allowed to move them even if there is no any need at all.
So the chairs you're only allowed to move if you need them.
So what are the exception? What are the two things you're allowed to move them even if you don't have any reason?
Food and holy scripture.
Very good.
Надо говорить, можно играть?
Сейчас другая тема.
Можно или нет?
Какую я его?
Я говорю нет, он говорит да. Рассудите нас.
Вы... Ответ. У кого больше бороды, нельзя.
Знаете, как слышал? Один подходит, говорит, Рабай, говорит, Рабай, у меня в субботу час идет передача, которую я должен слушать.
Да.
В другой комнате я ставлю телевизор, не захожу туда, ничего. На час зайду, послушаю и выйду. Он говорит, можешь. Представь себе, ты взял girlfriend, цветы, шампанское, пришел домой, звонок нажал, жена открывает дверь, ты говоришь жене, а можно с ней часик побудь, ты нам поляну? А? С удовольствием или со сковородкой по голове?
No need to translate this. Okay, back to us.
Number 6 now, huh?
Okay, yeah. Number 5. So remember, holy scriptures означает все наши книги вот здесь. You're allowed to move them around on Shabbat. Move them, put them, put a bag, whatever.
But the chair,
Even if you don't have any reason at all.
but the chair only if you need a
And
reason, right?
food.
But
Those
chair-
are the two exceptions.
So only food and books.
Edible food.
Only food and books.
Edible food. Huh?
Only food and books.
Food and books. Exactly. Those are the two things. There is no restrictions whatsoever.
Rabbi still-
Сколько хочешь двигай их. Shabbat.
So other
Okay,
stuff,
but the
if-
fork is part of the no.
That's what helps you to eat the food. That's not food.
So according to Rav Magid, if it's a little to save something a little bit, are we passing like that? We cannot move it.
Yeah, he says no. You need to have tzorich. You need to have a certain
But
reason.
Even if it's little,
Oh, that's number 5. Number 5. Try number 5.
Can you make up a reason?
Always a question.
Comes next.
Next line.
Is it permissible?
Huh?
Can you make up a reason?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this. Ha'i mutar.
Is it permissible to move the holy scriptures and food if it is not necessary at all? We said that already. Answered.
Yeah.
The answer already.
Yeah, I erased it. I don't know. It translated.
Is it permissible to move pillows and cushions that have been in the sun if they do not deteriorate in the sun? If you have pillows over there outside, it's not gonna go bad. Are you allowed to put it inside or not? That's the question. So let's see the answer. 6, right?
No.
Even though some hold that for any purpose it is permissible and considered a need, it sounds like from the from Shabbat Kaf Kuf Chav Daled that Rava permitted moving pillows and mats that were by the sun, and they claimed this was the mincha custom, but the Sephardim are bound to instruction of the Maran that this is restricted. So Rava said it's permissible in the Gemara, but we have a minchag of the Maran. He said it's not allowed because this is our custom. This is our minchag. So you want to elaborate or you want to continue?
You understood or no?
Yeah, pillows and cushions.
So what do we see? Even they don't get bad by the sun, it's still allowed to bring him in.
No.
No, not allowed. We said.
Rava permitted.
Rava said it's allowed.
Rabbi allowed.
But minchag said.
ויש אומרים עליו כתבו שכך המנהג.
Rava had them.
They say that that's the minhag. אך אין לנו אלא עוד מרן. Again, according to Rabbi, it is allowed. I don't know how. Maybe the translation is always
It says minchag.
According to Rava, it's allowed.
According to Rabbi, it's allowed.
Right.
And some say that was the minhag to follow Rava.
Right.
However, we don't hold like that because Maran didn't pass him like that.
Yes.
We don't want.
That's a translation.
Да, правильно. Я неправильно прочитал.
I have it in Hebrew. That's why.
Да.
Translation is good.
No, it's good.
So we can move the pillows even if there is no reason.
If you see mistakes in translation, tell me. If the phrase doesn't make sense, if there's comma in the wrong place.
So we can move the pillows.
Restricted in parentheses. It says it's restricted.
Where?
In parentheses.
In the end.
Last sentence.
Yeah, it's parentheses.
That's fine.
Right,
Like Yosef.
this is restricted. Maran holds that if you don't have a reason, sufficient reason, it's as restricted. That's all.
So can we move them or we don't move them?
Huh?
Sephardim no.
There's a pillow in the outside. So how does Rabbi Ovadia hold?
Right.
You can take the pillows, put it back straight.
Is there a reason or no?
Yeah, tidy up the place.
Pleasant.
Oh, so you have a reason. Soon we're gonna talk what's a reason, what's not a reason. But that's a reason.
Sephardim.
So Rabbi Ovadia holds by right Maran. So
Right.
So we cannot move the pillows.
If you have
from
no
outside.
reason,
So reason is maybe they're gonna go bad by the sun, change the
No, but
color.
he's saying it doesn't.
It's gonna change the
it
color.
says it doesn't.
Say
But
it
if he will say it does, yeah, it's a problem. It's a reason.
But then that's a minor problem. We said that for like a case of like chopsticks.
Not
If it's
always a
problem.
minor problem.
Depends. If it's gonna get change color, it's gonna garbage. Okay, let's stop here and review the 6 questions. Tell us, Bavakasha, what are the 4 reasons for Muktzeh? Meir 1.
To separate from the.
Don't read Baal Peh.
From from the weekdays to holy days.
Very good. Second reason for Muktzeh.
I was late.
You might bring it to
the public domain.
You might do a melacha.
Melacha of carrying. Good. Third reason.
You might write it.
You might write with this melacha and.
And the
אלה
people that
יושבי
don't work.
קרנות.
Huh?
The people that don't work to make it.
Very
for
good.
them.
Second question was, are you allowed to carry a chair away from a damage? Right now it's leaking here, I want to save that chair. Can I move it to Shabbat or no?
Yes.
Yes. Shesh machloket b'dat Rambam. Whenever there's argument in Rambam's opinion, who is the main one we're going to follow?
Rava Magid.
Rabbi Magid. Who was he? Vidal. Di Toloza, right? Who was the Gilgul of Meir? Chaim Vital. 250 years away. To tell you how HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't forget whatever you do, right or wrong. You have to always make sure to do the right thing.
The whole neshama.
That's another question. How does Neshamot come back? That's for Shabbat lectures. Whoever missed out Shabbat lecture, I'm telling you, he missed big time. Here, ask Bechor, he made it this time. Ask Abraham. Ask.
Come back.
Бехо, человек, который не пришел этот шаббат, утром пропустил такой большой important lecture, you have no idea. Я серьезно говорю.
We need you in Forest Hills again.
It's worth for you to walk. It's important information.
3 hours.
Действительно, в шаббат одеваем здесь. Потом его можно сложить, как мы всегда складываем?
Да. Number 5. Holy scriptures. Are you allowed to move them without any reason?
Yes.
What about food?
Food also.
Edible food.
What about edible food? What about pillows that were in the sun? Под солнце были.
Rav says there was an Minchag, yes, but according to Fadim Marani, not.
Marat Paskin, bottom line,
Not allowed.
not allowed.
If it doesn't change color.
Very good.
It says, in the question it says, not what happens.
Huh?
You take it inside and lay down, you're good.
Yeah, so you made up a reason. Making up a reason is also allowed. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Hanania ben Akasha omer. Please, Rabotai, save somebody's stickers. Get yourself a certain siman.